Well, hi, I haven't talked to y'all in a while. I've been really struggling with my health, and actually, until a foraging group that I'm in had a posting the other day, I guess about a month ago, of somebody just, kind of whittling away at his little homestead as a disabled person. It hadn't occurred to me. I know I've talked a little bit about being disabled and trying to, run a house and so forth. But that hadn't been why I started this channel. And when I saw his, I thought, oh yeah, like we need more of that because there's so much ableism in the homesteading world, and there's so much sort of it, usually unconscious victim blaming, but but victim blaming nonetheless, of, oh well, if it didn't work you should try this thing, as though all of us have bodies that can just like get up and go do that, and some of us have bodies that just can't, and it doesn't matter how much we want to be able to do these things. They are just not in our body's remit, either forever or recently. So so I thought I would check in today. What I'm finding is, at this point I am having to be horizontal, like in bed, reclined at very least for a good solid 19 hours a day. I have one good hour, like cognitively. You're getting that hour right now, incidentally. You're welcome. So that's been going on for quite a while now, a good several months at this point. I had some workplace trauma that happened a couple of years ago, and my body has just really shut down, and it's like in a very physical way. Sorry, my right my right arm doesn't really work very well. Have my leg is itching. Anyway, so um, but what I found today, yesterday, my hands started really hurting. I had a really bad drug interaction not quite 2 months ago, and it really put my right arm out of commission for the most part, quite out of commission for quite a while. Just about fully paralyzed in my right hand, was very severely arthritic, like stabby pains, like very severe. Um, that has lasted for quite a while. And so my left arm and my left hand have gotten overused, and they've started having problems. So that's been going on. But yesterday, around dinner time, um, all of a sudden my hand hurt like none other, like just out of nowhere. Not the same kind of like the stabby arthritis kind of thing, but like deep in the muscles, deep in every joint, like very painful in like a variety of ways. And to the point where I couldn't use it at all. Um, I couldn't use it most of the night at all. And um, then I learned that, and I've been having some weird feelings this week anyway. I've had weird dizziness that is, I have some dizziness issues anyway, but this was a different type of thing, and was having trouble concentrating in new and weird ways. And it's been really difficult as a week. And um, in fact, I did not get horizontal yesterday until about 5 o'clock, due to four really important meetings. And I'm sorry, brain fog is a big part of what's going on right now. And I thought, well, like, let's see, I still tend to wake up around 8:30 and so forth on my own, and it'll probably, just be that day. And it wasn't. It was like a full 19 hours. I mean, I, reclined at 5 o'clock, and I did not even close to get up until after 11. And I'm not an 11 o'clock sleeper. It's not sort of my deal usually. So but what I'm noticing about an hour and a half after that is I'm not even with the program yet. I think this is as good as it's going to get for today for my cognition and my movement, but I haven't even gotten up yet. It's almost 1 o'clock, and I slept with frozen water bottles in my hands, and I'm still in a very bad place with my hands. I actually turned on this thing called the Total Shield, which basically just blasts the Schumann resonance, which is kind of the sine wave of the Earth, just the native one from the Earth. It sort of blasts it into your house to try to dilute. It does dilute the other waves coming into your house. And I do not have Wi-Fi, and I don't have cell phones coming in here, but everybody else does, and so those still come my way. But when I've checked on my meter, the meter doesn't show a higher level, a higher amount of these other waves coming through, which is really interesting because when I lived in the city, it seemed that just the concentration, like the number of towers and so forth, and that would make the reading very high. Out here, it's less high, still way too high for me, but what I'm seeing is that just the change from 4G to 5G has crippled me in new ways. And these aren't even the ways that I was already dealing with a whole bunch of doctors right now, and with navigating with my workplace and so forth. So the problem, one of the problems that comes along with that is that despite this being extreme pain, it's that I've got it down to a more manageable level with that Total Shield on. But for me, because I bought the most powerful Total Shield that they have, and there's not that much in here to dilute, it actually it makes me it can build twitches in me, and I already have twitching problems. But when I turn that shield on, sometimes it creates twitching too. So I don't want to leave it on too long, but honestly, at this point, when I had it on during 4G, it made some things worse in my body. Now it's not even doing that, but I don't know when it will, if it might start. So I don't want it to get to the point where it's causing twitching. But honestly, the pain level was so high. On a 0 to 10 scale, I would call it like a 12. Like, we're talking massive, massive pain in my right hand. And I am right-handed. And so it's been just extremely painful. I'm doing this video when I finally kind of have myself together a little bit. But what I'm really noticing is that I just can't get out of bed. I don't want to do anything. I can't. I just am just here. And and you can't really get online if you can't type, and so there's not much going on around here right now. My kitchen is a mess. I made the mistake of washing my dishes not on a weekend day, but on a weekday recently, and now like the whole pattern is messed up. Even though I haven't been able to wash my dishes weekly for quite some time now, which is part of the reason I haven't done videos. Because the kitchen is just hard to get around in, because I just don't have the energy to, stand up for 1 hour and wash the dishes. But for today, what I wanted to just share, and, I don't know if anybody will care or not, but I'm just doing this because this is essentially all I can do in my physical state right now, is that even though they have not added towers, now when I first moved here, they did add towers. I moved here, and like within 2 months, they had added 4 towers. We went from 23 to 27, which is a big jump up. But I was coming from the city where it was like hundreds of towers. So, but my body could feel it. I felt it, and then I went and checked the counts, and I was like, oh, that's why. So, but now I checked the counts. The counts haven't changed. The only change is that we went from 4G, and in the city it's 4 and 5G mixed, which makes more sense because 4G is a very long wave and 5G is a very short wave. And so generally you want them together because the 5G is the little guys that will surf on the bigger waves of the 4G. They'll hop over to a 4G and kind of get a wave to surf on, and they'll be able to get to the next 5G tower. So, but now I guess they're switching to all 5G towers, and it's really surprising to me that I'm having this level of physical reaction, because I would have thought that it was more about the tower count. But what I'm experiencing in the past, 18 hours is that going from 4 and 5 hybrid or just 4 to just 5 is really, really impactful. And I don't want to say instead of, it's not, it's just another kind of impact. And my eyes feel so heavy right now. And I'm having, you can see, I mean, it's a very like allergic space that I'm in right now. I'm pretty swelled up, and so I thought I would document that because, again, partly, this other channel reminded me that it's important for those of us who are naturalists and, homesteader aspirants, if you will, to be making it a more diverse space. And it's weird because I work in diversity and inclusion, and you would think that I would have thought of that already. But, we all have areas where we just feel, okay, I don't belong here, and I am marginalized, and I'm not the voice people want to hear. And then somebody shows up with a different voice, and you're like, oh, yeah, I did want to hear that one. So I don't know if I'm one of those or not for you, but because I'm in so many chronic illness groups and I see people struggling so much, and increasingly I see people writing in about their 12-year-old kids who are sicker at 12 than I am now, and can't function like at all. And they all have like these extreme, deep, all the time symptoms, 26-hour a day symptoms, that align with what my doctor, thank goodness she did, ID'd, as one of my issues, which was the radiation sensitivity. So, and in my case, it's partly due to heavy metal overages in my body, and those are really, really hard to get out. I'm going to be working a hell of a lot harder on it now because I've gotten used to a certain pain level, and having it shoot up at a literal moment's notice has been really devastating and really frightening. But since it's an area that a lot of us don't know about, and it gets kind of convoluted with, other conspiracy theories, and, I want to be somewhat careful about using that term anyway, because conspiracy theories are often just the theories we don't know a lot about, and none of us know everything. And so to say that one person's theory is just wrong when we haven't researched it as thoroughly as they have is just, it's just bad scientific method. But certainly there are, disinformation theories that get stirred around, and so forth. But we all have access to different information, and so I, respect that. And but because I got, the information, and it was true for my body instantaneously, this is a new layer of that is really, really stunning, literally. Like my body feels like it is inside of an electrical cord. It's like vibrating like that. It feels like, my hand is stuck in a socket. That's how it feels. And my hand, forget about it. Like I can't even use the hand. My left hand is hurting less right now than it was when I woke up. Probably, I mean, all I can say about that is that I had some green juice immediately when I woke up. That did ratchet down the pain a little bit. I know that, you know, may not work for everybody. And frankly, I was surprised it worked for me because I don't even think it's organic juice. It's just, you know, green juice that I mean, it's not gross like Bolthouse Farms or something, but I think it's Sunni or whatever that is. It Sunni? Something like that. Um, 4 letters, not like Sunni Muslim, but like 4 letters. Something like that. And it is cold pressed, but I don't think it's organic. So we'll see. But I just thought I would document this because there may be more of this. So we'll see. Okay. Y'all take care. I'll do another video another time on how to do testing for yourself, how to do radiation elimination testing. It's pretty simple, but that might be helpful. But I don't want to make this video too long because it stresses people out. All right. Bye.